ups and downs. I could never frown cause I'm blessed.
What's going on, y'all? It's your boy Spiffy. Spiffy Shot This of GKS Photography. Your favorite photographer. Shoot editorial, portraits, brand, any type of content you need. It's 2025. Come on and elevate your brand, man. What you waiting on? The reason I create art is to put smiles on people's faces, for one. I've always loved putting smiles on people's faces, seeing their reactions once I actually make their visions come to life. But eventually that turned into me telling people stories. Everybody got a story to tell, but not everybody want to tell their story. Let me be that person to help create the vision, help bring it to life, and actually tell that story. Because once your story is told and it's out there, and for the world to see it, the sky's the limit. I normally have to realize that as a creative, I'm gonna see things in a whole different perspective, versus what my client might see. My client might want a vision this way, and I might see the vision in a completely different way. But at the end of the day, it's what you want, not what I want. Now, I can add my own spin onto it, but at the end of the day, I want you to be satisfied. So even when it comes to going through the pictures, editing the pictures, my creative eye is different from your normal person's eye. They might not see the light in the way I see it. They might not see the color in the way I see it. So the way I balance it is honestly just giving my own suggestions, but letting the client kind of run the whole thing. It's their vision. It's your vision. You want it a certain way, we're going to make it that way with a little twist, with a little style, creativity. I would say it's more so innate. Creativity, yeah, it kind of can be learned, but to truly be creative, it got to be inside of you. It has to be like a burning passion. Whatever field you're in, whatever you're creating, it has to be a burning passion inside of you to create that specific thing. Because if you're not naturally creative, it doesn't flow, it's going to feel like work. It's going to feel like a struggle to push it out or a struggle to work on it. But when it's a natural thing, when it's a burning passion inside of you, it's fun. It honestly takes you away from the real world. It puts you in a whole different space. So, yeah, creativity can be something that you can kind of pick up on. You can learn different ways to be creative or how to be creative. But at the end of the day, it got to come from the inside. I've considered giving up on my creative pursuit a million times over. It's hard, man. It's not easy. I've been in the game for 7 years now, and I started at the age of 16. When you're a creative, you want perfection. You're your biggest critic. So I've critiqued myself a million times over, much worse than anybody else can critique me. And I felt like giving up multiple times. I felt like my work wasn't good enough. I felt like I wasn't bringing enough revenue in. I felt like I've had creative block. There's been times where I feel like, was I even going in the right direction? Am I choosing the right path? But at the end of the day, if it makes you happy, like I said, if you have that passion on the inside and it puts you in a whole different space, do it. Don't be afraid. Even if you are afraid, do it. Do it afraid. Do it scared. Do it unknowingly. You got to take a leap of faith, honestly. But fall in love with the journey. It's not about the destination. It's the journey. There's different parts of your journey that you're going to go on. There's times where you're going to feel like you're the highest in the room. There's times you're going to feel like you're the lowest in the room. That's a part of the journey. If you give up, how do you know your next step? What if the next time that you tried, that was the time that got you there? Well, you never know. So there's going to be plenty of times where it gets tough. You feel like giving up, man, but keep going. Don't let nobody tell you can't do it. Don't stop. Sky's the limit. Imposter syndrome is something I have dealt with a lot. How I deal with it is stop comparing yourself to other people's work. Stop comparing yourself in general to other people. It's good to look at people's work and what they create so you can be inspired, so you can take some type of idea from what they create. But in the midst of that, don't get lost in the sauce. Don't sit there and start comparing yourself to what they got going on. Don't sit there and doubt yourself because their work might be this way and your work might be this way. Y'all are different. Y'all are creatives at the end of the day. Y'all are creating what's inside of you. So if whatever you created is there, that's what it is. Don't compare yourself to other people, man, because you will feel like your identity is gone. You will feel like you got to be this person now instead of being yourself. Or you got to go on that path instead of going on your path. You're not in control of your path. Whoever you believe in, you're not in control of the path. They are. In my perspective, God is in control of my path. So I can't control it. If you sit there and try to control that path, you're gonna be lost. Okay, you're gonna drive yourself into a ditch. Simple as that. To overcome a creative block, you got to do things that's fun to you. Sometimes you get lost in the work. Sometimes you get lost in the process of things, and that will cause you to have creative block. Or even watching other people's work can cause you to have creative block because you're losing your own sense of creativity. To get that back, I had to do things like spend time with my family, step away from the computer, step away from the camera, go do things that I enjoy, because once you kind of feed that inner kid on the inside, your creativity sparks like no other. You gain your happiness back. You gain your drive back. Honestly, having creative block is just kind of your own mind getting in its own way. In order to get over that, you got to clear your mind. You got to free your mind. Also, look at other people's work that's in your industry. Don't get lost in the sauce, like I said before, but look at their work so you can get ideas. Somebody else might inspire you so much, it can bring every single creative thought back that you had before. Or if you see something that you want to recreate and make your own, that one piece can lead to the next piece and lead to the next piece, and your creative block gone. Lesson number 1, fall in love with the journey. That's what I learned first. You can't watch the destination. Everybody's so quick to get to the destination, but why? You get to the destination and it isn't what you expected because you skipped the steps of your journey. Maybe you were supposed to go down the street before you were supposed to get here. Fall in love with the journey. 2, stop doubting yourself. I doubted myself too many times, and I overthought a lot of my work to where, to this day, I hold on to a lot of work. I don't release it. I don't post it for everybody to see because, like I said, as a creative, you want everything to perfection. You're going to be your biggest critic, your biggest judge. So that will hold you from pushing out a lot of work. Stop doubting your work. Stop doubting your creative skills. Stop doubting your art. Whatever you create is what you create. It's fire. It's amazing. It's your work. Put it out. Number 3, you're him. You're her. Simple as that. Don't let anybody tell you otherwise. You are him or you are her. Your work is dope. It is fire. All right? Keep going. No matter what, keep going. That's the biggest lesson of them all. Keep going.
Keep fucking going.
Keep going.
I love that.
Can we do that?
You know me, cuz.
For sure.